Hey Gemini, welcome to a love tarot card reading that's going to be discussing every single week in the month of May. We're going to look at the first week here. This is the energy of the 1st to the 7th of May. Then we have the 7th onwards to the 15th of the month, the 15th of the month onwards to the 21st, and the 21st onwards to the end of the month. And I'll be quite frank, this reading is very back and forth. Some of you, I swear, you just love being on your own right now, but others of you are getting back with somebody and it's kind of wishy-washy. Let me explain here, okay? First off, I'm going to be doing this reading for those of you who are in a relationship. Also, I want to talk to you out there who are broken up with somebody. I'm going to also include sections for those of you who are in a friend zone dynamic situationship and those of you who are just going out into the world and considering dating. We'll talk about all these different areas. Starting off with the first card here, the Ten of Wands. This is the first reason why I say this is wishy-washy, because at first glance, the Ten of Wands in the upright position is a heavy burden, something so heavy that you put it down. The 10 is that number of completion if we look at it from a numerological standpoint. This is when it has gotten too heavy, so you finally put it down. Which for some of you, if you are currently in a relationship, then this is the time. From the 1st of the to the 7th of the month, you're like, I'm done with this. Something happens to put down the burden, which is really weird to me, but I mean, it could make sense if the situation was so stressful that it's like a relief to put it down, because the 3 of Cups is the immediate next week, which is celebrations and the potentials of like uniting. So hear me out, but some of you may try to put down the relationship or maybe on some kind of a release. If you and a partner actually agree on taking a break, it could be that week, and then all of a sudden you hang out with each other again and try to fix things the next week. That's one perspective of this. Another perspective of this is that you put the relationship down. And again, this is for people who are together, and then if they do end up breaking up or separating in the first week, that second week, instead of you getting back together with this person, you very well could be celebrating with friends of yours, going out to an event, having the time of your life to get it off of your mind, to get this hardship off of your mind. This could be travel, this could be unity, this could be going to parties. But I will say that for people who are broken up, and if you do have some kind of difficulty in the relationship, just watch out for any overindulgence after the 7th of the month onwards to the 15th of the month. It could be overindulgence in partying, drinking, substances, overeating, anything that has to do with gluttony. Although this card isn't in the reversal, which is usually what I take it when it's more prone to being gluttony. So you might not necessarily be having issues like that, where there's some kind of an overdoing something or an overindulgence. It could just be overindulging in like getting out of the house, going and hanging out with your friends. For those of you who are already broken up with somebody, then this is that time frame where you say to yourself, I need to let this go. You know that it's over with by that first quarter of the month. And I hate to say that to you, right? Because I understand a lot of times we don't want it to be over with. But again, you say that, and then all of a sudden the 3 of Cups, you have the unity card. You are coming together with someone anyways, and there's a likelihood that some of you are going to find that, okay, from the 1st to the 7th, you're like, I'm done with this situation. And then from the 7th to the 15th, you get back together with this person anyways. See how I said it was wishy-washy? Now, to make matters worse, I haven't gotten into it yet, and I'm not going to fully, but the 7 of Cups is here, which is the card of indecision. Not knowing whether you're going to stay or whether you're going to go. And after dealing with these kind of cards, I'm not surprised. And again, I haven't spoken about it yet here, but the Death card in the reversal is somebody who cannot let go of something, which seems to be the main theme of this whole month here. Now, let's get into those of you who are dealing with a friend zone dynamic or a situationship, especially if you've had your eye on this person and you've been considering wanting to get together with them. There's no activity of you getting together with this person in a relationship sense and really sealing the deal from friend zone to relationship in the first quarter of the month, because there's too much of a heavy burden needing to be put down. But that second quarter of the month is a card of celebration. It's a good old time. If not getting together in a relationship sense, then, if it's a situationship, you guys are doing your thing, or I'm not going to say heaven forbid, but if you're a sneaky link kind of situation, again, you might find yourself uniting and indulging after the 7th of the month. And I know we're doing this reading in the month of April, but I mean, hey, I already have your Love April readings up. So why not get into the month of May? By the way, for anybody who's interested, if you want even more, like I said, I already have April every single week, just like these ones, in your love life and your regular life already on the front of my TikTok. But I am going to, for those people who don't want to subscribe to TikTok and are more fans of like Patreon, I'm going to put some of your extra videos up on Patreon. So I have those two. Let's get back into it though. Those two that I'm working on. So after, like I said, after the 15th of the month, okay, you had a lot of celebration, but now you're indecisive again. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you're out of a relationship, whether you're in the friend zone energy, you're feeling very indecisive. And I think it's because of all this back and forth. I also think because you have like a hard energy and then all of a sudden it feels really good. Who wouldn't be confused by that dynamic? Because it seems like, hey, are we on? Are we off? What are we doing here? And many of you have likely experienced this already with this person. I want to add in there, like I said, for those of you who don't have your eye on anybody and you're just getting into the world of dating, or you're thinking of, signing up to Facebook, Hinge, Bumble, whatever the case is, the 10 of Wands at the beginning of May, I hope I didn't say March in any of this video, but you get the point. In the beginning of May, it is a heavy burden that you're putting down, but it's more like a personal one. Instead of a person, it could be a personal heavy load that you've been dealing with, that by putting it down, it frees you up for the mind frame of going to date or meet up with people. And because this card is the time of celebration and, again, a really good energy, you may very well find yourself meeting somebody in that second quarter, but you retain this energy of indecisiveness. Whoever y'all are hanging out with, whether you're dating or not dating or broken up, whoever you're hanging out with that has you, like, look at it, that has you cheersing like this. By the way, also, for those of you interested, this is the Dark Fantasy Tarot deck. It's based on the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is why this depiction of super exciting celebratory energy looks the same as the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. You get the vibe when you see this. Whoever you're hanging out with, though, it's got you in a good mood. And you are really indecisive about them. If you are a person who's, new to the dating game recently, or you've taken some time off from dating and then you meet somebody, just be careful that some of the indecision that comes in with the 7 of Cups after the 15th of the month is reasonably connected to your past, but not unreasonably connected to your past. Because sometimes we have this ability to guard ourselves, protect ourselves from getting hurt by building up a wall. And while, yes, protective measures and boundaries are absolutely appropriate, don't overdo it and have it be this mode where you are looking at something that's really good here and you're like, could this be really good? No, it can't be that good. And then you just kind of dismiss it, which I don't necessarily think you will do. Maybe some of you will, but I'm just saying. And I'm also just saying that because in the final quarter of the month, the 21st onwards to the end of the month, the Death card is here in the reversal. And if you think of the symbolic understanding, the functional symbolism connected towards death, it's supposed to be the state where you end things and you transition on to the next phase. But when you're in the reversal, death cannot do its ending transition. So you do continue some kind of attachment to an old situation. Or you come back to this person that you were hanging out with, because technically, if you're in this week after the 21st, then this one up here is an old situation. Whatever it is, whether it's attachment to something really old, an old heartbreak, an old fling, or somebody who's like still kind of in your past, you can consider it old, but it's not the oldest in the world. Whatever it is, it's in that past dynamic. You're holding on to it at the end of the month. For some of you, that includes getting back with a person in a relationship. I'm going to leave you guys off with this, though, and I'm going to hop into your life reading, Gemini. I hope that you're not holding on to any pain. I hope you work through any indecision that you have. And if you're interested in another reading on life, career, education, that's the next video that I'm doing. It'll be on my TikTok and it'll be on my Patreon. Thanks very much, and ciao for now.